what recommendations do you have for businesses who, not they have a culture problem, but they want to improve their culture within a business? Would you recommend they do psychometric testing for individuals, teams, what frameworks, and how often?
Look, there are some. I don't know a lot about psychometrics, to be honest. So there are probably people better placed than me to respond to that. But my understanding is that there are definitely psychometrics that can predict things like safety behaviours and whether someone is going to be, more safe than another person, and some really interesting stuff out there. The personality stuff is challenging because ultimately personality basically gets fixed when we're 7 or 8. So there's not much we can do to change personality barring major trauma. And so if that is the case, then what I often see is that personality profiling becomes an excuse for poor behaviour.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah. And so, I'm a dominant. Oh, well, doesn't mean you can be a tool.
Yeah.
So what really matters here, and in terms of the science of psychological flexibility, is that, a bit like we were saying earlier, performance behaviour, which is what really matters, is what you do. Performance behaviour is different depending on the context. So it's independent of personality. There will be times when an introvert needs to speak up, and at times when an extrovert needs to speak up. And so for some people, the behaviour may be easier or harder depending on personality, sure, but the performance behaviour hasn't actually changed. So the question is, how do you act? How do you do what matters rather than obsess about personality?
Yeah.
It is a really interesting tool in terms of developing some self-awareness and strengths, and so it's not at the absence of it. I guess the opportunity is to really to use it carefully.